Enggak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. Today we're gonna explain about explanation text. And because there's four of us, and maybe all of you doesn't know our name yet. So there's Angel Putri Melani, there's Devira Muharani, and I'm Janitra Arischa, and Keisha Jasmin Lateefah. Today we are gonna explain to you guys about explanation text. So, Keisha, do you know what we're going to discuss today?
What are we going to discuss? Of course, the first one is definition and function of explanation text. Before we know more about explanation text, we should know about definition and function. The next one is generic structure of explanation text. Third, language features of explanation text. And the last one is example of explanation text. Next.
The first part of this presentation is definition of explanation text. Explanation text is the text that often tells you about how something works or why something occurs. Typically, this newsletter is used to discuss natural phenomena, social phenomena, ways of life, or matters around us.
So the next one is what is the function of explanation text? The explanation text is written to explain how and why something in the world happens, such as natural, social, and scientific. It is about action rather than about things, or you can say phenomena. The explanation play a valuable role in building and storing our knowledge. Technical and scientific writing are often expressed in this form. Okay, next. So, the generic structure of explanation text. First, general statement. General statement is a sentence that states the phenomena issues which are to be explained in the main text. The general statement of the explanation text usually has ongoing issues such as pandemic, COVID-19, and many more. The second one is explanation statement. Explanation statement includes a lot of information about the main topic or issues that the author chooses to talk about in the explanation text. The last one is concluding statement. Concluding statement contains more information that can support the main topic that talks about the text. In other words, it's like a decoration for a cake. It can be anything yet it is so important and can make the whole text more interesting and eye-catching. Okay, next.
Okay, after Devra explaining about us to generic structure, so there's language feature. The first one is using simple present tense. The simple present tense is used to express general facts or truths, habits, or current events. For example, coronaviruses are a family of viruses that can cause respiratory problems. The 2019 novel coronavirus is one of seven members of this family known to infect humans and has emerged from animals in the past 30 years since it emerged in China in December. It is the third to infect humans. The second one is there's using abstract noun or noun phrase. A noun phrase that functions as an adverb. The adverbs mentioned here are words, phrases, or praise that adds information about time, place, condition, manners, reason, or purpose to describe the whole phrase. This noun phrase can be also answer the question when, where, and why, and how. For example, the first one is the cell lining the stomachs and small intestines. The first one, praise, is the example of noun praise of occasion, and the second one is hormones that control the functioning of the digestive system. And the third one is using passive voice. Passive voice is a sentence in which the subject of the sentence accepts the action and does not act. Unlike active, passive focus more on the party or object that receives the result of the actions. And the third one is Using action verbs. Action verbs are verbs used to describe an action being taken, such as do, may, create, and others. And the next one is using technical terms. Technical terms refer to terms that are related to the phenomenon under discussion of the text, like that, for example. Terms such as dump, quarantine, and epidemic appear naturally in the text dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic. This term is subsequently referred to as a technical term in text about COVID-19. And after that, Angel and others were gonna talk about it more.
The last one is the difference between explanation text and the procedure text. Basically, the two text types, explanation and procedure text, have the same function. They are written to show the reader the manufacturing process looks like. There are differences in social, textual structure, and linguistic function. The social function of expository sentence is to explain how the process of the scientific phenomenon occurs, and the social function of procedure sentence is to describe how something is made or used to explain what will be done. The text structure of the explanation text are general statement, sequential declaration, and the conclusion. The text structure of the procedure text are purpose or goal, resources, procedure, and the conclusion. The difference between explanation text and the procedure text in language feature is explanation text is not used in the imperative sentence, but the procedure text is. Procedure text is not used in passive voice, while the explanation text is used in passive voice. Procedure text is about writing efficient instructions to complete a task, and procedure text is focusing on how, unlike the explanation text that use why to ask the reason.
The next one is example of explanation text. Okay, next slide. How can the COVID-19 spread? This is the general statement of the text. I will read the text. Now, the COVID-19 case is still being discussed in society, even though it had negotiated about changing the status of COVID-19 from pandemic to endemic. COVID-19 is still a disease that can endanger people. For the past few years, the government has asked people to always wear masks, keep their distance, and wash their hands frequently. This effort is not just a formality, but it is one of the government's efforts so that we can protect ourselves from this evil virus. Next. This is the explanation statement of the text. Why is the COVID-19 virus called the evil virus? The COVID-19 virus can spread quickly and unnoticed. Even without us knowing it, the virus is circulating in society. COVID-19 most commonly spreads through droplets because this virus attacks the respiratory tract. Droplets are splashes of water that come out from a person's respiratory tract, whether sneezing or coughing, that are infected with the COVID-19 virus will pose a risk to those around them. The risk can also increase when an infected person does not wear a mask. The scariest thing, droplets are not only released when someone coughs or sneezes, but also when someone talks, laughs, or sings. The COVID-19 virus can also be spread through physical contact between infected and non-infected people. The human eye cannot reach viruses, germs, and bacteria. We will never know how many germs, viruses, and bacteria exist in our bodies and those around us. Therefore, we also must maintain physical contact with other people. Devira will read the next paragraph. Okay.
Okay, so continue with Keisha. Regarding the spread of droplets, the COVID-19 virus can spread through surface contaminated with droplets of infected people. A person will not know that this virus is on an object and then without realizing it will spread to the nose, mouth, and eyes from the hands. Therefore, we need to diligently wash our hands with soap until they are clean. As another effort, we can spray a hand sanitizer with an alcohol content of 90% to kill virus, bacteria, or germs. In a room with insufficient ventilation, COVID-19 spread very quickly. The windows in the room are sometimes opened to reduce the risk of transmitting the virus. In addition, we must avoid crowded places because it allows for physical contact or scattered droplets. Okay, so the next one it will be explained by Angel.
So, how can the COVID 19 spread? The concluding statement. Now that we know that COVID-19 virus is completely inaccessible to the human eye, we need to be on guard by continuing to implement health protocols and routinely check our health, better to prevent than cure.
And then these are reference that we got that we used to make the presentation from there that you can read maybe if you want. And that's all from us that and we're very sorry if there's any mistake that we made. And yeah, thank you so much guys for listening to us. Thank you and have a great day.